love that thumbnail. I can't remember who made that for me. Did you guys see my thumbnail? I'm a blonde now. Love it. Well, without further ado, hello and good morning. At 6:47 a.m., Saturday, February 6th, 2021. I am Holly Baglio, your hostess with the mostest, broadcasting to you live from Holly Television Studios, right here in my beautiful home, Garden State of New Jersey, USA. Good morning, Nazi America. Hello to the Fourth Reich Rising. I want my HTV. Oh, wait, hang on. Let's try to aim for a copyright strike right off the bat. Good morning, sweetie pie. I love you, Seller. I'm probably going to repeat some of my stories here, but that's okay. Hang on a second. What was I looking for? Money for nothing. Where's the song? Oh, wait. Go back. I found it. Hang on a second. See, this is the part you gotta sing right off the bat. Ready? Darn it! I messed up. We gotta start again. Alright. I want my HTV. I messed it up. We gotta do it again. See, this is the part right here at the beginning. HTV. This is the part right here. Alright, that's enough because I'm sure I'm going to get a copyright strike. I'm not laughing at it. It's just I can appreciate good music. Good morning, Nikki. How are you? So, I got an email. I gotta get back to you. I was, before I started this live stream, I'm actually downloading software and learning new software. So, I'm gonna be at that for a while because I have to learn a bunch of new softwares and how to get these different softwares to work with the software I already have. So when I broadcast from Fringe Radio, I can still broadcast to not only YouTube, but probably Twitter and Facebook. And then after that, I can upload the video to Rumbler and all my other platforms. Good morning, the brokenhearted. You hey, Bob, hey, bless you. Brokenhearted. Broken 76. I'm sorry. Yesterday, we were praying for the brokenhearted. Somebody said I was brokenhearted. I didn't see it, but I still was happy to pray along with them and accept the prayers. Yeah, so. Alright. I don't know what you guys are doing, but boy, I got my eye on you. I've been falling under really bad spiritual attack, and the thing that's gotten me is it amped up. And this is how it amped up. I want to tell you all about how it amped up. I feel like it's not only a typical spiritual attack where I've had, and typically I can see these things that attack me. I can see when someone is astral traveling or astral projecting into my home or into my car or into a place that I might be frequenting. So I can see them clearly. But the spiritual attacks I have fallen under lately, I can't see anything. And, when I fall under these spiritual attacks, I can't see what and who is attacking me. It feels like a magic spell is cast over me. And it feels like a fog comes over my head. So much so that I don't even think about Yeshua, my golden bow. Now, I'm married to my golden bow, right? I wear my covenant ring on my ring finger on my left hand. My altars love my golden bow, for I'm his holy white hot silver arrow. And I mean, how would I never not think of using his name? His name is on the tip of my tongue. I wake up in the mornings and the first thing I reach for is his name, his book, praying with and for him, for everyone else. He's the first thing I always reach for. Even when I stir at night, in the middle of the night in my sleep, and I roll over, I reach for Yeshua. But lately, under these spiritual attacks, this fog comes over me where I don't even so much as think of him. I don't think of him. I don't think to call out the one word that will stop the spiritual attack. Instead, it's like this fog consumes my head. I can't get a thought in. And I am subject to that spiritual attack. I'm subject to its start and finish. The reason being is because it feels like they put a spell and a fog goes over my head and I don't even think of Yeshua. And I don't think of his name, which is the one word that can stop the attack. Instead, I'm subject to the attack start to finish while in that fog. And one attack was so bad that it messed up my menstrual cycle for 2 weeks. I had gotten into details about that attack before. I can always talk about it again, but I don't want to completely bore all of you. Nikki, I saw that. Get me your PayPal account and I can put it up and I can ask people to donate for you and I can start a prayer chain. That's what I have been doing with some of my other friends. It's the best I can do is to ask for people to give you donations. But I'll ask on your behalf and I'll ask for prayer chains. I don't have any other solution other than that, Nick. I really don't. But I am all too happy to help with what I do have. And putting out your PayPal account and asking for people to give you donations and prayers. That's pretty much my first step with everybody. That's like the only step I've got to take. I don't have funds and asset myself. I don't have, a bank account sitting around that's got 10 grand in it that I can just distribute at my will. I don't even have 2 pennies to rub together myself. I'm lucky I got some food in my fridge right now, half a tank of gas, and my pets are taken care of. So I don't even live paycheck to paycheck. I'm more like day to day. But I'm happy to help in any way. My other friends, I'm trying to help them battle homelessness. They're on waiting lists to get homes, whether it's through Catholic Charities or social services or other organizations in their local areas and communities and counties. To go to Easter Seals, you have social services, Catholic Charities, different churches. Start calling up churches, leaving messages, writing letters, asking for them to help you and your family have a consistent, constant, stable home. After that, it's just prayers. Prayers, 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 because Yud Hey Vav Hey is the one, he's my number one. He's everything and he's all I got. There's nothing else that I have outside of him. I'm losing a lot of weight. I know why too. I know how to gain it back. I'll have my weight gained back in like 2 months. Hang on 1 second, guys. Diatomaceous earth. When I gained all my weight, it was because I started using diatomaceous earth. And it took me like a year and a half to lose all that weight. But when I was using diatomaceous earth, putting I started out, I think it was like a half teaspoon for 3 days, then a full teaspoon for 3 days, and 2 teaspoons 3 days, and I worked my way up to a tablespoon of diatomaceous earth, but you have to get the food grade in order to be able to ingest it. Again, food grade. Anyway, I was using that for a couple of months, and boy, I felt great. I started gaining weight, sleeping better, feeling better. My intestinal issues went away, including hemorrhoids. And I think I'm going to have to use that again, just so I can put on weight. But it does work. Oh no. Too many hurt. No, I'm not stronger than you. Good morning, Jamie. Hey, MZPD, how are you? Good morning. I am not stronger than you. Sorry, I'm filing my nails. Whatever I can do to help you, Nick, I will. But email me your PayPal so I can post it and ask people to donate to you. Alright, so getting on with my dreams. I don't know what it was with you guys last night. But you drove me nuts all night long in my dreams. Oh my goodness. It's like a continuation too. It's like every night I go back to sleep, I pick up where I left off the night before in my dreams. But, so I've been falling under these spiritual attacks really bad. Let me get back to the spiritual attacks, where it feels like there's a magic spell cast against me, and I don't even think of Jesus. I don't even think to call out Yeshua's name. I don't even think to call for my golden bow. The other night it was so bad, I woke up in a dream, and I knew it was bad. I had to wake myself up out of the dream. And it was tough because in the dream I was surrounded in darkness and I was being attacked, and I knew there was something evil, 2 evil things in my bedroom. And in the dream, this was 2 nights ago, I think. And so I'm in the dream. I know something bad is happening to me, and it's a deity and an entity, like a fallen angel and another entity that are attacking me. I couldn't see them. It felt like I fought for like 15 minutes. And in the dream, I'm like, there's something I have to think, there's something I have to say that will get this to stop. What is it? What is it? Finally, I wake myself up out of the dream, but when I wake up out of the dream, I have complete sleep paralysis. Complete. The only thing I could do was breathe. I couldn't open up my eyelids. There was nothing I could do but breathe. So when I went to call out Yeshua's name, this fallen angel with this entity would mix the letters up. And when I went to call out Yeshua, it mixed the letters up, and what would come out of my mouth is Lucifer. Hey, good morning, Colleen. How are you? And I tried calling out Yeshua's name a couple of times, but this thing kept mixing the letters around, so by the time it came out of my mouth, I had tried on 2 occasions to say Yeshua, and it came out that other word, which I'm not going to repeat. Heavenly Abba, please pour the blood of the Lamb on this video and my chat room. Please keep us invisible to the enemy. Please put your sword between us and the enemy. Please do not allow any demonic oppression to fall on anybody that listens to this video, because I am explaining a spiritual attack that I had fallen under. Please, the fact that I am using certain entities' names, it's only to describe to my listeners what I went through. It is not to summon that thing so it can bother my friends. I bind and cast it out in Yeshua HaMashiach's name. And I pray Numbers chapter 6, verses 24 through 26 over everyone that watches this video, especially the people in my chat room. So, having said all that, let me get back to it. So, finally, what I did when I couldn't call out Yeshua's name because the letters of this entity was mixing up the letters, so I couldn't speak his name. What I did is I started praying in my head. I said, Heavenly Abba, please cleanse me from any dirt, filth. I repent for everything I've done wrong. I was in detail with them, but for you guys, I'm kind of keeping it short, sweet, and quick. I said, Heavenly Abba. I ran through, I think it was the Lord's Prayer. I started saying, Yud Hey Vav Hey, bless Yud Hey Vav Hey. Yud Hey Vav Hey, bless Yeshua HaMashiach. Yud Hey Vav Hey, bless Holy Spirit. So I was trying to say Yud Hey Vav Hey, Yeshua, Holy Spirit, and pray. I was thinking about some of the things that I've read in Psalms that I could pray and just start saying to Heavenly Abba. And so finally, while I was praying in my head, I was then able to try to speak Yeshua's name. And at that time, it seemed like the magic spell or that fog over my head whooshed away. Once I said Yeshua, 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 it got louder, and I was able to snap out of that sleep paralysis. And I snapped out of it so hard and jumped up on my bed, sitting up, screaming, Yeshua, Yeshua. I scared the daylights out of my cat and dog when I finally broke out of it. I fought tooth and nail with these, with what I'll say is a Nephilim and a fallen angel. We had it out, and Yeshua won. And I could feel the Holy Spirit sweep through my house and just come back into my house, and like life came back. And so it's a really good idea, people, to anoint yourselves, your pets, and go through your houses again, over every outlet, window, doorway, electronic thing you have, furniture, and bless your homes. Drive out the dark forces, welcome in the Holy Spirit, and put your home under the control of the Holy Spirit in Yeshua HaMashiach's name. Have Heavenly Abba escort people and things off your property. Bind and cast down the dark powers and deities these people are using to gain their spiritual, supernatural powers, and turn it around and use it against you, my siblings in Christ. And other friends. If they can prevent you from turning to Jesus, they're going to throw everything at you that they can. And no, they don't have a set of rules. They don't fight fair. Don't you come to me and say, oh, well, Holly, there's only certain things Satan can and can't do. Have you met him? Well, when you meet him personally, you come back and you try cherry-picking your holy Bible verses and throwing them at me then. I bet you change your tune real quick and real fast. Oh, he's got certain rules to play by. Then we're not talking about the same dude. You're talking about your dead carnal Christianity with some little red guy running around that's got a bald head and a bad tail and hooves for feet, and you're laughing at him. Meanwhile, he's got a whole entourage following him and a bunch of stupid people worshiping them instead of Yeshua. I'm sorry, light bearers. I love you. A lot of you are my friend, but I'm going to be honest with you. I know you're going to hate me for it, but I'm going to tell you. You are being used. You're being used by your spirit guide. You're being used by those light beings. You are flat out being used by them. One day you're going to turn around, and that spiritual being, that light being that's giving you the abilities to be a light worker, that thing's going to turn around with a whole legion of its friends, and it's going to come in and pounce you. And it's going to rip you apart. That's why I left all of that light working, shamanism, occult stuff, tarot cards, rune stones, magic. I used to be into all of that. Just short of doing any sacrifice, because that's black magic, and I was only in white magic, and I was so diluted and deceived to think there was any difference between one magic and another magic when it's all magic. Let's be honest, it's like human beings. You got a white human, you got a black human, you have an oriental human. What's the common denominator now, people? You're all human. Doesn't matter what color, shape, or size, or gender you are. We're all human. Okay, well, magic's magic. It doesn't matter what title or color you want to slap on it. It's all evil. Magic is necromancy. You're talking to dead, filthy, foul spirits that are shining light at you, trying to mesmerize you and trick you into believing that that's the way, and only through them can you have such divine power and divine skills. Meanwhile, Yeshua HaMashiach has his hand out going, listen guys, my heavenly Abba wants to spoil you silly run. Okay, he wants to give you these supernatural abilities right here and now. But let me not forget, I, Yeshua, have made you a place in heaven. I have built you a place in heaven in my Father's house. So you have that house to go to when you leave here. And I'm not done. My heavenly Abba is storing up treasures for you for what you're doing down here for each other, serving him and being a child to him. Now, you tell me, what deity, what alien, what light being has done any of that for you? But let me also leave out the obvious. Let me leave out that Yeshua HaMashiach is God in human form, and he is the only God that came here in human form and died for all of your sins, so you don't have to go to hell for what you've done wrong. And get rid of your pride thinking that your shit don't stink. Everybody's a sinner on this earth. We're born into it. I've seen a lot of people that hold nothing but pride and conformism try to lecture me with the Bible verses they cherry pick. And they've got nothing but pride. And they try to tell me about Yeshua. And you know what, guys? I don't see Yeshua in people like that. I don't see Yeshua in light workers. I don't see Yeshua in shamans. I don't see Yeshua in Reiki healers. I don't see Yeshua shining through you guys. You guys that are into that, do you know how Abba shows me you in my dreams? He shows me you as dark gray, dark purple to the point it's black and gray. There's no light in you. I pass right through you in my dreams. I see you and it's like, oh yeah, there's that whatever that doesn't want to believe in Yeshua. Keep moving, Holly. You guys that have accepted Yeshua and that you're serving him, I see him shining through you. But if you don't have Yeshua, then you don't have colors. I don't see your soul. And that's how Yud Hey Vav Hey shows me things. I have pictures that I've drawn on my website to really give you a better explanation of the things that I see. One drawing's called Spirit World. You see some of them flashing up on the screen now, some of my drawings. That picture is my baptism when Russ Dizdar baptized me. September, I think it was 26 or 27, 2015. Right before the last super blood red moon of the Tetrad. That drawing is the black moon. That was back in July 2019. In the dream, Yud Hey Vav Hey took his hand, moved the chemtrails out of the way, and showed me all of these different planets. That's the moon. Next to it is mirrors, because mirrors, they block things out and they reflect certain images. So when people talk about the Matrix, oh, my golden bell, that picture sideways. All right, so what was I saying? Self-serving, that's why they have no light. Yes. Hey, Bible Code Theory, how are you? Shalom. It's great to see you guys. Oh, last night, though. Let me get to the dreams last night. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was Abba trying to show me something, or the after effects, or maybe I kind of caught some people red-handed astral traveling to me. Because last night, I was all over the place in my dreams. I forget how it started, But in my dreams, I'm always moving from building to building. I'm always bumping into different people. I'm always doing something. And some people I recognize in my dreams, and most I don't. So last night my dream started again. I'm moving from building to building. There's people, different kinds of people. And I end up checking out this one place, and it's like surrounded by water. And there's old trees that are dying on the front yard. So like the bark is peeling. There's holes in the tree. It's, you know, like a big fat tree, but it's dying. So it doesn't have branches. You just have the main trunk of the tree that's rotting. There were a couple of those in the front yard. And then inside the house was interesting. I get inside the house and I decide that I'm going to rent the house. I want the house. It's going to be my house. So we're moving in. And other people come along and they try to like get in through the door. And we won't let them in. Then these people on the outside of the house try to then, they like start looking through the peephole to spy on me and the others in this house. And then they try to start making it into a bigger hole to get in. So then the other people I'm with, they all jump up and they run over to the peephole and they close it and they nail it shut and they start screaming back at the others, leave us alone, you're not getting in. We're going to fix your wagons tomorrow, you just wait. Well, anyway, I go. Somebody from high school was in my dreams. I'm not going to say their name. I don't have any communication with them. But it's a brown-haired boy I went to high school with. We used to be good friends. But he was in the dream somehow. So anyway, we get rid of the people trying to bust in. I go to the back window, and out the back window I'm looking at the trunks of the trees in the yard, and they're all rotted. But I see these mountain goats. You know, the goats that jump alongside mountain cliffs, and you don't know how they get up that high, but they're up there, and it's like a little tiny edge that all 4 feet are on, and they're way up there. Okay, well, 2 of those things start fighting. And they're making their way up these dead, you know, the dead trees, the trunks of them that are in the front yard. So they're battling it out, but jumping up these trees. And so I'm like, all right, I've had enough. I'm going to sleep. So I go lay down in my bed. I got my cat and dog with me. I'm in my bed. All of a sudden, the people that I'm with, because apparently I decided to rent a house with like 20 other people, and the way that the bedroom was set up was like there'd be like a wall, so it'd be kind of like a cubicle, but it was like an open area where everybody would just lay down to go to sleep. But it was kind of like an open cubicle, but you didn't have really any privacy. So anyway, I go lay down, I'm with my cat and dog in my little area sleeping. Well, this other person kept getting up from their cubicle, their bed, and coming over and bothering me while I was sleeping. Straight up bothering me. And I got so mad in my dream, I stood up, I was like, God damn it, if you don't let me go to sleep, I've had it. So I get up, I go over to the other people, I wake them up in their beds, in their cubicles. I'm like, I'm not taking this. First people are breaking in, we got goats fighting outside, and this guy won't leave me alone. He keeps coming over to my bed and waking me up. I've had it. I'm not taking it anymore. So the people I wake up, they get mad. They've had it. And they're like, that's it. Come the morning, we're fixing this. It's over. Everybody go back to bed. Oh my goodness, this dream was just too funny. So in the morning, all right, the dream doesn't end. So the morning comes, right? The morning comes, and the kid that I was the brunette, his name was Joe, that I was friends with at one point in high school, he's in the dream, and he's like bothering me too. And we go out, so everybody gets up from their bed. We all go outside to join others that are at this big, long picnic table. And so my friend Joe goes and joins another group of people that are sitting at the table. And people were dispersed, little groups here and there along this big, long table. And I'm thinking, oh, geez, where am I going to sit? So I end up, walking around the table, sizing it up, and then I decide, okay, well, I guess I'll sit down over here. So I go sit down on the opposite side of the table, way down at a different end. And all of a sudden, I kid you not, and Tom, forgive me, but Tom Dunn jumps up from the table and goes, that's it. Apparently, I'm not good enough to sit next to. This spot isn't good enough. I had this spot saved for you with a plate and napkin and fork. That's it. Apparently, I'm not good enough to sit next to. I'm leaving. He gets up with his plate, throws it in the trash, storms off. And I kid you not, guys, I woke up after that. I woke up. So I don't know what you guys are doing, but y'all better start getting along. Because I can't take this. And when I go lay down and go to sleep, let me sleep. It's kind of a funny dream. After all the spiritual attacks I had. So, I think that the reason why I had this dream is not prophetic for any reason. I don't think it's really a spiritual attack. I do think that it is the cycle of a female's body, and each month it goes through a cycle and hormones are released, and sometimes we don't sleep so good. Well, I think the dream could be influenced due to that. Because again, the spiritual attacks I had in the past, they recently messed up my menstrual cycle. I call that my pumpkinhood. I say that I turn into a pumpkin, and when I say that, that's what I mean. Because I really don't like using some of these terms they've come up with. I'd rather say, yeah, I turned into a pumpkin this week. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Right? Everybody's arguing with each other. Tom Dunn's mad at me because I wouldn't sit down next to him. That's just too funny. But I'll tell you what, if I can't wait to see what heaven's like. That's going to be like, it's going to be incredible. We're going to be with each other all the time. But if you guys don't let me sleep, I am known to get cranky. I have a couple friends that are in psych wards right now. Psych wards, rehab. And I was like, wow, what happened? What happened? And just they give me their testimony. It's like, oh my goodness, you got my prayers. I called up my one friend who's in the psych ward, and I started singing to him. I was recording me singing, and I was sending it to him, and I'm like, I'm so sorry you're in the hospital. My love to you and your family, and I'm with you in spirit. I'm sorry you have to be there right now, but people are really going through it. People are getting nailed. Nick E., you're the third person I'm trying to help combat homelessness with. I have a second person, and then there's you. And then I want to do a fundraiser for Dark Skywatcher 74 because of the work he does down by the border, stopping child traffickers, coyotes, drug smugglers, people with bad wishes trying to get into this country to do bad things. I wouldn't have problems if everybody came into this country legally. But to do it illegally, I do not support that. You have no right to do that. And I'm pretty upset that Biden's doing the same thing Barry Obama did, which is goodbye sovereignty. What was that word? It was too big anyway. We don't even know how to spell it. Let's just get rid of it. We're going global. That means no borders. We can spell no borders. We can't spell sovereignty or sovereign. No, we got to get rid of that. It's a big word. Bible Code Theory, I want to help you. I have another friend, too, which I meant to send him. I got 5 people that I want to help combat homelessness. And there's not much I can do, but if I can do something, then I definitely want to do it. I'm going to pack my kratom pills because my back is killing me. 11 Iranians were just caught crossing the Mexico. Fudge. That's exactly what we don't want. Because to them, we are... I'm going to shut my mouth right now before I put both feet in it. I'll tackle this topic at another time. Pamela Geller, I love that woman. She talks to this topic very well. I think she's mainly concerned about the Muslims, and so am I. They are not our friend. I heard, I don't know if it's true, I gotta check it, but I heard Putin is putting all the Muslims into FEMA camps. Now, I need to find out if that's true or not. Because if it is, I'm sending him a thank you letter, and can you tell us what you're doing? Because we got an infestation, too. And it is an infestation. Whenever you're ready to murder another person or throw a woman to trash the way this Muslims do, the culture, whatever it is, Yeshua and his followers are not like that. And Yeshua is God in human form. His name is Yeshua. That's why it's so important to know the name of the deity you're worshiping. Like God, God's a title. If you say in God we trust, well, I have to ask you what one. In all fairness, what one? Because see, the one I'm into is Yud He Vav He, behold the hand, behold the nail, who came in human form, and we called Yeshua HaMashiach, and we now call Yeshua HaMashiach. I think I'm pretty clear on what God I'm with. So like on the dollar bill, what God are you talking about? I like Muslims, but you have to remember I took some testimonies of young women defecting from being a Muslim. And the horrors they went through defecting, I'll be honest, it leaves a real bad taste in my mouth. I love everybody, but if you're going to conduct yourself where you're murdering people and you're taking away the quality of life from another human being, calling them inferior, there's a big issue with that. And I got one, because according to that, because what Muslims are a satanic cult, right? They kill you if you don't bow down to their Allah. Well, Yeshua HaMashiach doesn't do that. And he doesn't have his followers do that. But if you're in my position and you're taking testimonies of young women that have had to defect from their Muslim families, well, yeah, I got a bad taste in my mouth. I don't have a lot good to say about it. But don't take it personally, because you hear me bash Christians left, right, front, and center. I bash my own kind. So I don't want to hear it. I'll be honest how I feel about things and people and situations. I'll be honest. I don't have anything nice to say about Muslims. Have you ever had to help a young lady escape a Muslim family? Have you ever had to get a young girl to a safety house to get her out of a situation like that? I think if you were exposed to having to help a young lady escape her Muslim family, it might give you a different take on things. I mean, Christians suck, but I've never had to help anybody escape a Christian family or be there for someone to defect from a Christian family. Really? When I lived in Somerville, my neighbors were Muslims. They were nice, but they hated my dog. Oh, they hated my dog. They would see me coming, and they would literally cross the street when they saw me and my dog coming. Literally, they'd see me coming, and immediately, the second they laid eyes on me, they would literally cross the street. And you know what? Some of the people that I just, hey, listen, you know what? I'm not going to judge anybody on anything, but I'm very concerned. So I'm sorry if I said anything to upset anybody else. I'm not trying to do that. But I'm also going on my limited experience. And I just shared with you my limited experience. Yeah, they don't like dogs. They don't like dogs at all. The bigger the dog, the more quicker they'll cross to the other side of the street to get away from you. Or at least they did with me. I don't think that's cool. I was judged for my dog. Yeah, Baphomet does want Christians and Muslims to collide, but to bring about a war, that's exactly who you get pitted against each other, because we're polar opposites. Muslims and Christians are polar opposites. Their gods are not the same. And they're so radically different that it would be perfect to pit Christians and Muslims against each other. Chinese want to push communism. Muslims want to push Allah. And all I want to do is live peacefully ever after. I don't want any of their crap pushed on me. I've been poked and prodded inside of a cage long enough. Now I finally get to the surface of the earth and I have to deal with all this garbage? I'm not allowed to speak my mind about it either. Well, that's not cool. I'm so sick and tired of people telling me, Holly, you're not allowed to defend yourself. You're not allowed to stand up for yourself. You're not allowed to speak your mind. Because you remember that little thing we had called the First Amendment that protected your right for freedom of speech? And you know also in the Constitution, there's an amendment that allows me every right to defend myself and face my accusers. And when I go to do that, I kid you not, people front, right, left, and center who call themselves my friend jump on my back and tell me I can't defend myself, I can't speak my mind, I can't say what I truly feel. Because it's going to insult someone else who's going to get their panties in a twist. And because they can't handle it, somehow I'm lawfully negligent and responsible because their feelings got hurt. But I can't defend myself when they're attacking me, because when I defend myself, you know I'm going to annihilate and napalm everything in my path. Holly, they're coming at you, ganging up on you, threatening you. Oh, no, you can't defend yourself. Call the cops, call the cops. Oh, my God. How many times are you going to call the cops? And how much money you got to take them all to court? Because I don't have any money. And I'm sick and tired of having to call the cops 15 times a day because somebody's threatening me. They're kind of sick and tired of hearing from me, too. So are my attorneys. Why can't I just say, hey, go pound salt, you suck, get off my coattails. You're accusing me of this, but you won't let me face you? You guys are cowards. And you people that tell me I can't stand up and face my accusers, you guys are cowards too. Don't bring your cowardice to my doorstep because I have the power and strength of Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh in me. And how dare you quash that? What's worse is these people running around relying on a stupid letters plan and ignoring Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh's Holy Bible the whole time. Ignore his plan and run to Q. Oh my God, fester upon Q. Because Q's got the answers, right? Q's been wrong about everything Q said. Now you're going to believe Q telling you that Jim Carrey is in the White House playing our President Biden? And that really there's clones and actors in the White House taking the place of real politicians, and the real politicians are in front of a tribunal? Oh my God, guys, I know I come from the dumbs, and my stories are fantastical, but you sound like retards. And I'm not allowed to say how I feel. Well, you're on HTV. This is my platform. I find it rather therapeutic. And if you come to my doorstep with that Q stuff, and you now know it gets my MK Ultra programming spinning, because I don't like being exposed to CIA psyops, so you know Q, the CIA psyop, gets Holly Baglio's MK Ultra programming spinning. Okay, you know that happens. So if you know that happens and you know you willingly come to me and knowingly start talking to me about Q, I reserve the right here and now to yell at you and terminate our friendship because you have no respect for me and you've just demonstrated it. I am SRA, DID, MK Ultra, and Pizzagate. Have a little consideration for your fellow whistleblower who risks her life to tell you the truth even though you don't appreciate it. Sometimes I think it would have been easier to stay in that cage than to deal with some of the people I deal with out in the public. That's a pretty shitty thing to say and feel, isn't it? I know. I struggle with it, but I'm not allowed to talk about it. I'm not allowed to feel anything about it. I gotta sweep it under the carpet and put on a smile and pretend that everything is great. When really on the inside, my heart's breaking, I can't stop vomiting, my knees are knocking, my shins are shaking, my head's spinning, and I have to think of how to cook chicken and rice to feed myself. You guys got it easy. You just have to worry about cooking the chicken and rice to feed yourself. You don't got to worry about all that other shit. Why? Because you're not a survivor from the dumbs. Come hang out with my friends. My friends from these projects. My friends that have survived actual satanic rituals and actual satanic sacrifices. You come hang out with me and my friends. And you'll change your tune. And if you don't change your tune, then obviously you want to have cognitive dissonance because it's more comfortable. Because then you don't have to wake up and you don't have to get involved, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to have critical thinking. So you know what? You stay with your CIA psyops and then you keep talking about a matrix and you stay in that fantasy land, okay? I'm going to focus on Yeshua HaMashiach. I'm going to focus on reality. Oh, Holly, your MK Ultra show, you must be able to spot and call out another MK Ultra? Hands down. Well, if you guys think that I can go into a crowd and go, yep, that person's MK, yep, the other person's MK, then what makes you think that I can't take a look at something like Q and go, yeah, CIA PSYOP, yep, MK at its finest, got you suckered in, and you're lapping it up. Oh, we gotta go decode the next riddle that Q gives us. Ooh, Holly can't pronounce those big words. Oh, you're right. I can't pronounce the letter Q. It's a real big word. Idiots. You guys are being MK'd. You keep tuning into your Q. Stop focusing on Yeshua. Don't pay attention to the real victims. And keep believing deceit and lies. Because it's comfortable for you to do that. And it's like a Hollywood movie. You guys got stars in your eyes. You're not paying attention to anything. People in other countries ask me, Holly, what are people doing in your country? Well, at first, some of us were standing up and standing strong. But the others, no, they want to rely on some letter. They're not doing anything. And the people that were ready to stand up and do something, well, we've gone silent because the other 80%'s all strung out on God knows I don't know what. Oh, I'm awoke, Holly, I'm awoke. Yeah, okay. Who are you convincing that you're awoke? Are you trying to convince yourself or are you trying to convince me? Because I don't care what you are. I already know I'm awake and I already got my plate full. You know how bad my survivor friends have struggled with this Q stuff? You know how bad it's been for us while we watch you guys run over to Q and then run back to tell us, get our MK Ultra programming spinning, and we got to just suck it up and stay silent, twiddling our thumbs while you guys convince the world that Q is John Kennedy, and meanwhile he's dead. There's also a rumor you guys forget that Carolyn had him off so she could continue her station. But don't, remember that. Forget that. Also, I want to see you Q-tards, and yes, I'm going to say it, you Q-tards, I want to see you tell Carolyn Kennedy that John is still alive. And then I want you to convince the rest of America that some dead guy is now alive, and he's going to be more credible now that he lied about his death than before he lied about his death. No offense. You bring back somebody that faked their death, I am not believing a word that comes out of their mouth. To go to that extreme to make me think you're dead, you don't care about your family, you don't care about your friends, you'll let them think you're dead, you'll go decades and let people cry tears for the Kennedy family thinking you're dead, but you've been alive? You just lost all credibility. And you just had all those scores of people crying vain tears over a fake death? Do you Q people really understand the gravity of what you're talking about? Oh yeah, we need unity. The only way to get it is with Yeshua HaMashiach. There is no unity. You got people paying attention and focused on Yeshua. You got people paying attention and focused on politics. You got people paying attention and focused on Q. We're not unified. Obviously. And it's already said America's going to fall. Oh, there's going to be peace back. You'll see. We're going to be great again. Well, you know what? That's not what the Holy Bible says. That's not what God spoke. So you're telling me God's wrong? Or do I keep listening to the Holy Bible and know that you are wrong? Because I can't have one foot in this world and one foot in the Holy Bible. It doesn't work like that. You're either all in on Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh, or you're either all in on him or you're deceiving yourself. You have to want him more than you want to run to some Q drop. And that's what I should change my video to, H drop, from now on. I'm going to call everything H drops. But I'm going to do you guys a favor. I'm not going to put anything in a riddle. I'll just give it to you straight. Yeah. You know what? Everything is about Yeshua. That's why we're here. Nothing in this life is about us. You think your work matters, your house matters, your career matters, you paying your bills, you think all that matters? Did you forget Yeshua? He's why we're living. He's why there's life. He's why there's an earth below our feet and a sky above our head. Did you forget about him? What are you doing for him? Nothing. You're serving yourself. Holly, I got to work a full-time job. I don't have time to read the Holy Bible. Holly, I got to work a full-time job. I can't get on the internet and watch these ministries. I got a job to work, Holly. Not everybody's got time like you do, Holly. You know what? And I resent that. Who says I got time? And the time I do have, I give it to Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh, because I'm not stupid. I know everything revolves around him. He's why we're here. He's why we're breathing. He's why we're even able to have a house, career, or hobby. But nobody's paying attention to him. No offense, Trump didn't pay attention enough to him either. I want a president that doesn't stop singing Yeshua's name. I want a president that's walking around the White House whistling Yeshua's name. Then I'll know we have hope. But guess what? That's never going to happen. The only time that'll happen is when Yeshua comes back on his second return and he reigns for 1,000 years. Then things will be made great again. Then things will be made right. Until his second return, we're headed straight smack dab for the Great Tribulation. We're on a one-way ticket here. So I have to maintain my MK Ultra spinning and still carry on conversations without putting my feet in my mouth. And, you know, that's just not going to work. So I come here to HTV on my platform, my diary, where I can face myself in the mirror, deal with situations, and then when I get off here and walk out the front door to my house, I do better. I do better. You know, when I go to Fringe Radio, that's got to be professional. You can't be, like, goofing off there. So I can goof off on my YouTube channel. Sorry, I'm not in my chat room. Babylon, as we speak, is why you see the system acting the way they are. Is that why, Bible Code? Because I'll tell you, man, this is like, I'm at the end of my chain. An act of desperation. Okay. Hey, WP, it's great to see you. My eyesight's changing, guys. I know the MK Ultra is spinning because my eyesight during the day keeps changing. And I've heard about that, your eyesight, where all of a sudden you don't need glasses and then all of a sudden you do need glasses. My eyesight is shifting and changing. It's the MK Ultra programming. Yeah, no, don't listen to him, Nick. Good morning, Patty. How are you? I gotta get something to eat. I really haven't been eating the past couple of days. That it was BS. My dad was in the NSA, a real spy. I have no clue what he did because he still won't talk. Q is... Thank you, the Broken 76. I gotta pay attention to my chat room, you guys. Thank you. Yeah, I had to apologize to my brother in Christ, another MK Ultra survivor, another SRA survivor. I'm not sure that he comes from the dumbs, per se, like I did, but he comes from the projects like I did, I believe. I repented to him. I repented to Yeshua first, and then I went to him and I repented, and I said, you know what, I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. You know, I tried to stay lighthearted and joke around about this Q, and, you know, I can't do it anymore. It's over. You know, I would joke around with my friends and try to keep, laughing about it, but I can't do it anymore. I was telling my friends, yeah, if he's wrong, you know I'm going to kick his ass in March, right? But my friends kept coming back and telling me about Q. Well, I snapped. So I went to my brother Jason, and I went into repentance to Yeshua and to him. And I told him, I said, I can't handle this anymore. And I didn't see his response, but he had said something similar to you, the Broken 76, where he was like, I've been trying to get people to listen for years, and they just don't. And I can't. If Q gets me spinning and upset like this, then what is it doing to the subconscious and the spirit of other people? And they might not even come from MK Ultra projects. They may not even be an SRA survivor. But they're still intaking these words and these videos about Q. It's affecting their spirit. It's affecting their mind. How is it affecting their mind? I know one way. They're getting, dopamine releases every time there's a Q drop, so they go scramming for that and keep letting their Bible collect dust because they're too busy with some other plan, because the plan in the Holy Bible isn't good enough. I guess they just don't like us that do follow Yeshua's plan. I guess that's what it is. I guess Yeshua isn't cool enough for these people. I guess he's not powerful enough that, it would cause them to want to follow him instead of a letter Q. And no offense, what is wrong with the vast population that they are trusting something that doesn't give you a real name and a real face? My trolls do that to me. Some of them won't give me their real name, their real face, or where they really live, or even any of their real personal information. They hide behind an icon. Hide behind an icon. Well, now you got a letter hiding behind an icon. You don't know if it's a shapeshifter. You can't look in that person's eyes. You don't know what it is, but you're willing to blindly trust it? I mean, is this not self-evident? Am I missing something? You know what, guys? It's me. It's got to be me. I don't mean to get all hyper or yell or anything, but yes, I'm animated when I talk. My emotions come out. I've been like that my whole life. I'm not going to change. And I don't like when people tell me, Holly, calm down, calm down. I am calm. I'm animated when I talk. Get used to my personality or get away from me, because I'm not changing to suit you. I will change everything about me to make sure my heavenly Abba's happy with me. But when it comes to you, I ain't changing anything about me. I am done listening to man, and I am done following man's traditions. I'm following the 10 Commandments and every law in the Torah that is applicable to me. That's that. I'm really giving it to him today. It doesn't matter if I'm animated when I talk. When I'm done telling the story, I'm like back to normal, ready to giggle, ready to laugh. It's just a story that I'm telling. I mean, when you go to story time as a kid, Do you want, like, the storyteller to sound like your history teacher that puts you to sleep? Or do you want, like, the storyteller to have pitches go up and down in their voice so you get a better picture of what's going on? If you want, I could just always talk like this and just never do anything. You know, I could put you to sleep if I talk very monotone. No, instead I'd rather, like, every once in a while startle you guys so you jump out of your seat. Make sure you're awake. Q was made for this moment. I think so, too. I was to confuse the people who love the country the most, to confuse the ones whose minds are fragile and would have stood up against what's happening now. Good plan, right? Even mentioning Q, really? Babu, you're lucky. I can't take it. You have laryngitis from screaming yesterday. I can't. I hurt my friend because I screamed at her, and I didn't mean to scream at her, but I lost it. I can't do the Q. I'm not hiding anymore. I'm not going to lie. I can't do it. People are worried about triggering me. Okay. Every time you mention Q and Q's bullshit, you are straight up triggering me, and you are sending me into an area of my mind that I have zero tolerance for you. I don't care to calmly explain anything to you. I just care to get you away from me. You're not listening, so I'm not going to waste my breath anymore trying to get you to read the Holy Bible and follow Yeshua's plan. I'm not going to do it. You know, God didn't call me to do it to begin with. I just did it because I thought it was the right thing. I thought it was the right thing to try to get you focused on Yeshua's plan. You don't want it? I'm leaving. But don't be coming back here and upsetting my altars with your K crap, Q crap. Don't do it. And if you love me and respect me, then you won't do it. And if you keep doing it, I don't want your friendship because I can't hack it. My altars can't hack it. You get me spinning. You get me upset with this nonsense. And then I don't know whether I'm coming or going for days. I haven't eaten. I'm upset, feeling confused. And Heavenly Abba's like, oh my goodness, this poor girl is falling apart again. Guys, what are you doing? You're not thinking clearly. If Holly's reacting like this, then what is wrong with you that you can't see something is wrong with Q? I mean, it's self-evident and very clear. On public radio, no, I don't think I can share my points of view with you or my opinions, but here on HTV, you best guarantee you're going to hear it, because again, I want my HTV. It's where I can talk freely. Right? The new age, right, Patty? I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. This is what I know about Q. I got two things that come out of my mouth every time, and I'm sticking by them. If you want to know about Q, I think you should go ask Laura Eisenhower. I'm not sure what she has to say. But in my humble opinion, if you're asking me what I think Q is 3 human beings and 6 entities. A human being needs 2 dark entities to be able to astral travel, astral project, remote view, send telepathic messages, and screw with the hearts and minds of people who are too weak. And you're right, they are too weak. I don't know why they want to stay weak and in that state of being. Come out of that, get into the Holy Bible, so you can be filled and overflowed with the Holy Spirit, so you can feel His strength, His power, His authority. So you are bold and courageous. You have His roar, His thirst, His passion. But no, you run off to Q and you stay weak and you stay in that cycle and you stay relying on the very system that's causing the problem that's now going to feed you a solution, and it's all at your expense. I bet, Bible Code Theory research, I bet you have been. I can guarantee you have been. And it's by New Agers that know you're in the Holy Bible and they want to know those codes. They're looking for something. They're always looking for something. These witches, yeah, they're looking to screw things up. They'll, like, try to make the letters switch in front of you and cast spells on you. If they know you're in the Holy Bible codes, they'll want to know where you are in the Holy Bible code to set up a stumbling block. They'll set a device, or they'll set up like a silver cord connection to access you. That's like in my forgiveness process. I won't tell them where I am in the process, but when I finish, I'll let them know. So I get through this process and they can't set up any blocks. Those codes are valuable, let me tell you. Everybody wants to know. There is a woman I'd like to introduce you to. Her name is Karen Harrington. I would like to introduce her to Bible code searchers, so someone could answer her questions. And she sent me an email like many weeks ago. But I'd like to sync her up to a Bible code person. I still need to give her the link to the show, thecodesearcher.com. Because that's how I got involved, was watching him, and then I wanted to take training courses from him to be a Bible code searcher. But Abba's honestly kind of kept me with the SRAs, MK Ultras, and DIDs, and exposing this stuff. I don't think I'd be good at it. I think I would enjoy doing it, but I don't think it's a knack that I have. Yeah. I look up to you guys. There is a computer software system that you have to download. Send them to John at the Code Searchers. Okay, thank you. Bible code. I will send Karen to John. I'll send John an email first. Hey, ECWN, WWF. On his Thursday show, Mark Levine, forgive me if I'm saying it wrong, I want to watch. Oh boy, Patty, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, my ex didn't really like the fact that I was spiritually gifted and he wasn't. He'd be like, "Leave me alone, Holly, just leave me alone." And I'd be sitting there laughing my ass off going, man, honestly, I'm not doing anything, but the paranoia that you have thinking I'm doing something, that's vindication in itself. No, I'm not going to do anything against Heavenly Abba, number one. Number two, I always ask that it be in His will. If it's not in His will, then just don't let my prayer come to fruition. Don't let it happen. Then I'll know my answer's no. But, my ex would get paranoid. Just the paranoia alone would make him think I was doing something, and it's like, oh my goodness. Stop. I wouldn't waste my spiritual gifts on you. Stop. Really. You've got nothing I want to even use my spiritual gifts on you for. I'm a jerk, forgive me. I'm being a wise ass now. And that was a funny thing, too, about the ex. Boy, that ex was jealous over this one guy who I never met, who I never spoke to in my entire life, who I'll never speak to going forward in my future, who I'll never meet. This is known. And my ex was so jealous over this one whistleblower. I don't want to say the name of the guy. I have in the past, but he's from Black Operations. I'll say that much. But my ex was so jealous over this one guy. I was like, dude, I really don't get your jealousy. I was trafficked with these kids, so there's a piece of me that looks at them as if they're my brothers or my family, so this piece of me misses them. That piece is wanting to reconnect with them. That's only natural. It's not in a romantic sense at all. Meanwhile, I'm writing to Commander Casbolt, and I'm receiving letters from him constantly. And no, that's okay. And it's like, dude, man, I can't stand that. All of us are married. Those guys that I was trafficked with, they have wives and families now. I'm married to Yeshua HaMashiach. I have a different calling. What are you jealous of? I used to also hate that. I was always told how you guys here are not my friends. You don't matter. You're nothing. Him and his friends mean something, but you guys and what I do here is all a joke. It's stupid. You don't matter. And you don't care about me. Now, if I had accepted what this person from my past said to me, I would not be sitting here today with an autobiography having been written and released. I wouldn't be sitting here today downloading software so I can go live on Fringe Radio Network. If I had listened to him and I had not stuck with Yeshua, I wouldn't be here. You guys wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have the pleasure of hanging out with you. With you who are in my chat room. With you who are in my life. You're always on the computer. Yeah, I'm always on the computer. You know how many cool people are also on the computer at the same time I'm on the computer? Trust me, they're a lot cooler than your face-to-face friends are, okay? If you got online and you talk to my friends who are online, you'd see how cool they are. Oh, Nick. Having the enemy crush you. Wear the trials as a badge of honor. The more you go through, the more you know how much you mean to God. It makes you important and amazingly special. I second that. Broken 76. I gotta remember that too, especially over these last attacks. I've really never experienced anything like it, having like this fog come over my mind, and I'm not even thinking Yeshua. I'm not even thinking to call his name. But meanwhile, regularly, typically, over the past 6 years since I've turned to him, there's not a second where that I live that goes by that he's not on my mind, or I start talking to him, or I'll go into a formal prayer with him. And lately, these spiritual attacks, it must have been a spell, because I didn't even think of him. Now I'll be more prepared. It's Leviathan, the beast, right? Ooh, he got me good, Babu. I would say it was Shahar and Lucifer, but I'll accept Leviathan as a possibility. But you gotta give it, but it's that entity that's got the eye, you know, the eyelashes themselves. It's that fallen angel. I think Leviathan has like the same kind of looking eye and the same kind of looking eyelashes as this one entity or fallen angel. I'm trying to think of it. That makes sense. They're getting worse. Hopelessness, that's what I suffer from, Nikki. I suffer from hopelessness so much that I don't even eat. It's like I can't control myself to stop feeling hopelessness, but I can control my food. And again, how are you? Sorry. I'm drinking orange juice and taking my kratom. I don't have any ambition to get up and cook. Oh, and I don't have money for takeout. And even if I did have money, I'd only have like $1 to go to Burger King, and I'm not eating that. Oh, Nikki, I'm praying for you. Somehow had to do with alcohol. Really? beast, a gate smasher, and a menacer of the sea, right? That's what I thought, Bible code. Good morning, Lincoln. I hope that you have a nice morning waking up. Crackers and peanut butter. Right, yeah, I know Leviathan is not Satan. Here, I can show you the video that got me. I'm going to drop it in the chat room. I want you guys to watch it. Where am I? Now you see TV. Come on. I want, when you guys get done, I want you, if you can, listen to what David Carrico says. Because I think the two things that he talks about in this video were the two things that attacked me. But this one entity that attacked me goes back to my childhood. Something that I was exposed to in my childhood. You know, the one with the eye and the eyelashes. Now you see TV. N. M-N. There you go. No. 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 Where'd it go? Oh, they got some new ones I haven't watched. Trump prophecy. The prophets have spoken 1 week ago. Oh, I don't know about all that stuff. Yeah, the prophecies about Trump. That didn't help. And then twisting everything with Q. That didn't help. I just cracked and my MK Ultra's spinning. I don't know what to do for it. Okay, so can I search? Now you see TV. It was Whirlwind, right? Angels in the Whirlwind. Was that it?
Tonight's going to be an awesome show.
And it came to pass as they still went on and
Hang on.
that is 12 volumes. It's huge.
Okay, I think this is it. Alright. This video. Okay? Because the entities that attacked me was the one that starts with L-U, and then the second one was that eyeball with the eyelashes. So that's the link to Now You See TV. I think it's only like an hour-long episode. It's not too bad. Hour and 17 minutes. Listen to it. It's not the first time I've heard that video. It's the first time I got attacked by that eyeball. Everybody's like, oh my god, do you hear what Holly's saying? She got attacked by an eyeball with eyelashes. What is this girl talking about? 76, he attacks my family. Oh, wow. It destroys the enemy. Yeah, the enemy's real ticked off at me. I think that's why Abba maybe gave me a funny dream last night. Just because, boy, I gotta start shaking it off. Like, I gotta start shaking it off a little bit better. But yeah, with these spiritual attacks, it has been getting to my appetite a lot lately. I quit smoking through the snowstorm, and then I went back to it like an idiot. I couldn't take it. Baal equals the eyeball. He's a dick, but okay. That's why you're winning, my friend. You just don't see it yet. I agree, the Broken 76. Listen to the Broken 76. Nick E., listen to him. And WP, they're right. I say that all the time as well. Devotee, Yeshua blessings. Right? Shake it off. I gotta learn how to shake it off. I know you're not supposed to listen to like music, but that one side, the Shake It Off, it reminds me of two different singers that have songs. Who's the one that sings The Dog Days Are Over? I think she also sings Shake It Off. And then there's that other singer who sings Shake It Off. I gotta look these names up. I'm terrible with names. Taylor Swift has that song Shake It Off, but Florence and the Machine, I think it's Florence and the Machine who has a song called Shake It Off. Oh, Shake It Out. That's what it is. Shake It Out. So, yeah. Try to get my appetite back. Nah, it's not an eyeball watching me. More than, like, the shape of the entity is an eyeball. Not like an eyeball's watching me, like those things that come out of the corners of your ceilings, get right up in your face, and then you wake up and you have to blink a few times and the eyeballs go back. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the deity. I'm talking about an actual deity. It's an eyeball. How Marilyn Manson just got railroaded? No, I did not. This sounds juicy, Babu, you gotta tell me. Wow, they just charged him with crimes. I heard how Russ Dizdar has a lot of amazing stories. I love when he shares them, but when I was taking training courses with him back in 2016, live training courses, mind you, they weren't pre-recorded. It was him training you right then and there for 2 hours each week. He said how Marilyn Manson was doing a concert, right? So they call in Russ Dizdar because apparently the demon inside of Marilyn Manson was a little bit uncontrollable, and they needed Marilyn to to be able to get on stage, and I guess this demon inside of him was wilding out. So they bring in Russ Dizdar, and Russ Dizdar goes, "What do you want me to do?" They're like, "Listen, get control of this demon so we can put Marilyn back on stage." Russ Dizdar's like, "I ain't touching him. If I go and I touch him, I'm doing a freedom deliverance and ripping that demon out of him." He goes, "I'm not touching anything at all." And they're like, no, we don't want you to do a freedom deliverance. We just want you to get the demon under control so we can put him back out on stage. Russ Dizdar's like, "Yeah, sorry, I don't do that." And left. That's what I want to do. What I want to do is what Russ Dizdar does. I want to be put in front of these people that are demonically possessed and take it out of them. Ekbalo in Yeshua's name. Right? You can't make this stuff up. Wow, 3 amps pumping it. You could feel a pin drop in the vibrations of your bones. Nice, WP. That's like me. I pride myself on the speakers I got. Not as many as you, but they work. Nah, he's not a fake. He is everything Yud-Hey Vav-Hey said he is and more. Yud-Hey Vav-Hey led me specifically to Russ Dizdar and the SIIU team. No, Marilyn Manson is possessed. Yes, he is. You could take one look at that guy's eyes and see the demon staring back at you. And if you can't see that, I just don't know what to tell you. Literally, like if you can't recognize evil and demonic possession when it's staring you in the face, I just don't know what to say in response. Repent to Yeshua and get a closer relationship with him immediately. I've been in front of demonically possessed people before. By what? By a demon, Babu, demonic possession. Now, when Marilyn Manson chooses to go to Yeshua HaMashiach and decides, okay, I want a freedom deliverance, at that time, I'll be able to tell you what exactly is inside of him, but not until I go to do the freedom deliverance. I don't have direct contact. You want me just to sit here and pull it out of my ass? Put me in front of them. Then I'll answer your questions. Come on now. I'm not having this conversation, Babu. Are you really? Really? I would like you to tune into A Call for an Uprising on YouTube. Babu, go watch Carl, A Call for an Uprising, and he'll explain the music industry and what happens. Also, Tamara Magdalene on YouTube, she can expose the music industry to you too. I would rather forward you, Babu, to those ministries because I truly feel that they can word themselves a lot better to get you to understand what you're exposing yourself to when you're looking at someone like Marilyn Manson. And the Holy Spirit inside of you should give you discernment to be like, oh geez, listen to this demonically inspired music. Look at these demonically inspired dancers. Look at these demonically inspired videos. Listen to the sounds of the harmonies of the music instruments in his song. They are demonically inspired tunes. Yeah. You want to know how many concerts of Marilyn Manson's I went to? I lost count after 5. So I was a fan just like the next person. Now, no. I want to give the guy a freedom deliverance. I feel bad for him. He's being used. Yes, music is an addiction. Yeah, oh, ECWN, absolutely. Did you ever see what Marina Abramović made Gaga do? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I was demonically possessed. I had to go through a freedom deliverance for all the stuff I've been exposed to. For me to think I wasn't demonically possessed, now that would be stupid. Back in 2014 when I woke up and I realized what I had been exposed to, yeah, the first thing you're supposed to do is go for a freedom deliverance and get delivered by the blood of the Lamb to not be possessed. Chris Angel, do you know how he does his magic tricks walking up the side of a building? I kid you not. You know how he walks up the side of a building? Okay, well, Chris Angel came out in Las Vegas being this magician, right? You had David Blaine, you got Chris Angel. Well, apparently Chris Angel decided to go out into the woods for about a week. Who knows what he was doing? But when he came back from that little week-long excursion, he came back with even more powerful magic tricks. One being, he can walk up the side of a building. How do you think he is able to walk up the side of a building? I'll give you one guess. 2 words. Starts with demon, ends with possession. Go. What's your guess? What do you think it is? If you guess demonic possession is how Chris Angel walks up the side of a building to do that magic trick, you win the jackpot! Score! I kid you not, that's how he does his magic tricks. With really? Wow, that woman's scary to me. I gotta be honest. I've checked out some of the stuff that she does, and oh boy, I would just stay away from her. You know why HGV is no longer demonically possessed? She met me. I love you, ECWN. With the devil, according to my sources. Yes, that's exactly what I heard. So yeah, he's got no cables when he's walking up the sides of the buildings or hanging from a ceiling. That's actually the demons inside of him doing that. When I found that out, I was like, nah. Now that I'm a Yeshua lover, now I can see it. Now magic makes more sense to me than it ever did, because these magicians that you see on TV, they're making pacts with the devil for their magic tricks. I know there's some magicians that use sleight of hand and all that stuff, and it's, fair trickery or whatnot. But you get these other bigger names, is what I'm talking about, like Chris Angel. All of them made pacts with the devil to be able to do what they're doing. And in the end, they're going to have to pay. They're going to have to pay all El Capitan. I never liked magic, too. And that's why it comes against him. He doesn't expose magic, or he doesn't expose anything. He's right smack dab in the middle of evil. He's emanating evil. Every time he looks at the camera, the demon in his eyes is looking at the camera, and so you think you're looking at Marilyn Manson dancing on the screen, when really that demon's looking through that camera, through your screen, directly at you. And you are taking that into your soul when you set eyes on it. He's not... Please don't put Marilyn Manson in the same category as me, because he ain't exposing anything evil. Please don't insult me like that, because I may as well hand him over my Fringe Radio Network keys right now. Hey, Marilyn, you're exposing evil? You're just so fucking great. Here you go. Get out of here with that crap. I'm not biting. Marilyn Manson exposing evil. And Satan just repented to Jesus too, right? Come on. Yeah, him expose evil. He'd have to give up his whole music career to come join my side of the fence to expose anything, and I don't think he's going to give up all of his luxuries to do that. Neither is Madonna. I suppose she's exposing something more than what's between her legs. But I wouldn't call it evil. I wouldn't do that. I mean, you're like... Okay, I'm going to actually end the live stream because I got to go and do something productive. I really had a good time hanging out with you guys. I really did. I want to do panels, but I want to do shows, but I got to be careful what shows I do, who I do them with, and what the topics are. But we'll see what happens in the weeks to come. So I hope to hang out with you guys more. I hope to still run videos. But yeah, on Fringe Radio, you will hear the more professional side of me. You guys are like, yeah, right, Holly. But I'm going to let you go. I hope that you all have a beautiful and blessed weekend. Shabbat Shalom. Please stay safe, warm, healthy. I pray Numbers 6, verses 24 through 26 over you guys. And I love you very much. I hope you all have a beautiful day. And I'll see you guys again soon. And that's a wrap for I Want My HTV. Guaranteed the second I shut this down, I'm going to shut it down and YouTube's going to give me a copyright strike because I was singing Money for Nothing and playing the song. Watch. It's nice meeting you, devotee. Stay blessed, sweetheart. And it was great to see all of you guys. I love you. I might come back on later today, but I think I might have to figure out something productive to do with myself. But for me, like, the day's almost already half over because I've been awake since I woke up between 3 and 4 a.m. I'm awake by 4:30 every day. I don't really sleep past 4:30. I try to, but it doesn't work. But I gotta get my button gear. I will read your email, sweetheart. It's not 9 o'clock on a Saturday. I know, right? It's only 8:28 here. I'm definitely going to lay down and take a nap at some point. Okay, guys, I love you very much. And